Drake says, where the function? I said, where the wonton? Girl, I got the wonton. Drake said, I used to love you. Someone else, and you don't know why. I used to love you. Then you gave it to someone else, and you don't know why. love you, baby. You know how I used to hug you, baby. One time I used to go so crazy. I've been at the game, on my own lady. You just want to fuck around and act shady. I don't even think about you as a lady. I just wanna know how in the fuck is you, baby? I just wanna know how in the fuck could you play me? How did you let me go? You took the side, left the road, and stuff my back there, brother things. I left her back to better holes. I took you back to the streets. I went on quarterback, I'm Pat Mahomes.
First clear as Drew made it that he was not happy to have me back. There's nothing in comparison to the noise generated about me by the constant thorn in my side, Seth. Enjoy the show. Much like Drew, Rollins had a bit of a tantrum when I walked through that curtain at Survivor Series after nearly 10 years away from WWE. I knew we were on a collision course. After Hell in a Cell, I took a little time to heal. Once I felt good, a special request from Paul Heyman led me to joining the OG Bloodline in Survivor Series to help Roman Reigns in his quest to dismantle the new Bloodline. Once that was settled, I focused solely on Seth. We were set to battle at the first Raw of 2025, and after waiting a decade for this opportunity, I certainly wasn't going to let anything go wrong. So let's go back to January 2025, the start of a new era, and beat Seth Rollins in front of the entire world.
Seth freaking Rollins is motivated as we've ever seen him. This is personal. The people are singing Rollins' song. This is Rollins' battle cry as he heads to war with CM Punk.
Durant and LeBron James is in the building. They lead by 7. This is dad screening for son. Bronny hits the triple. Lakers up 10. Again, no Durant had an ankle issue. It's dad to son again. They're up a dozen. And now under 6 to go in the first half. It's not Los Angeles, but still. LeBron James. Cup jumper, LA playing from in front, they lead by 11. Let's move to the fourth. It's now gotten significantly tighter as things are wont to do. Hunter Thompson in transition, but the drop tied at 87. Rockets down 2. Reed Shepherd, wide open 3. And the shooter gives the Rockets the lead, 92-91. Now down 2. LeBron. Where we go? He's walking it up the floor. At some point, Alba and Shagan takes off, and James just gets caught flat-footed watching Houston push the lead to 4 under a minute to go. Now James here on the turnover. Once again, Shangoon goes for the up, and it's a 6-point lead, and Houston's going to get on the board. But now it's a 3-point game after they foul Smart on a 3, and then it's a knockaway from James. He gets it back, and he buries the 3. So the breakaway steal and the 3 from James. He ties this game late. Rockets with a chance for the win, and that's off the side of the glass. LA actually gets the timeout with 1.2 on the clock. Off the inbound. James for the win! Back iron, no. He held that follow through, thought he had it to put LA up 3-run. No. Put 5 more minutes on the clock. LA is now up 2. James, the look away. Rui Hachimura fakes the 3, puts him on the deck, and it's a 4-point game. Rockets down 4. Shangoon goes to work on 8. Tough fadeaway, back iron, drops softly, 2-point game. There's LeBron with a rip and a scramble. Ends up being a jump ball. But once again, you see the hand from James. The Lakers would end up winning the jump ball. They end up winning the game. 29-13, 3 steals for James on his effort down the stretch as they go up 3-0.
Just trying to seize the opportunity in the position that we're in. My guys trust me to try to make plays, and blessed to be able to do it.
No, I don't get it.
So,
Throwing all caution to the wind, and boy, did it pay off. Represented the best of their respective eras.
These men had some interactions, even some.
Brock up 3-0, no Luka, no Austin. JJ said the message to this team heading into this playoff series was to elevate. How do you feel like you guys have risen to the occasion so far?
I think we played some good basketball. We still have some mistakes, especially in this game. We had away too many mistakes. We got a game plan, and I don't think we executed that for 53 minutes. So we got to get a lot better on Sunday. And if we do that, we give ourselves a chance to move on to the next round.
Feel good?
Right now, hell no. Hell no, I don't feel good. But that's how you're supposed to feel after a playoff game.
Every Friday, teams were 1,785 when they were up by 6 in the final 30 seconds of regulation over the last 30 postseasons. Again, actually, Houston was up 6 with the ball. Turned it over, then fouled a 3-point shooter. That was smart, and then you saw LeBron James steal and the Lakers, the second team to win in that scenario, joining the Sixers from 2024. That was against the Knicks. On the other side of this Houston team, they just cannot get the endgame scenarios right. On a 6-point lead that was surrendered in the final 30 seconds. Give me your go on that.
I thought the game just ended, but in terms of the way the game just fell apart, I wasn't even horrendous mistakes. I don't know if you want to say youth or, scared of the moment or whatever the same case, but yeah, you have a 6-point lead with 20 and 30 seconds to go, get a rebound, and just have to hold the ball and get fouled, or, basically 1-on-4 and just throw it away. Come back and make it worse. Foul, the terrible foul, Marcus Smart to get a free throw. Next play, backcourt, you got it. Double's coming, you try to split it instead of throwing it to Alfie wide open. Another turnover, and James makes a tough shot. Then the final play, for the last shot, we don't run what was drawn up.
Houston Open is a Game 4 favorite, and Durant's ankle is a question mark. Los Angeles is minus 1,200 to win this series. Teams are up 3-0 at a best of 7. 159 and 0 all time, and they completed the streak of 61% of those scenarios. Feels like there's competing storylines here that are happening simultaneously. The Houston endgame scenarios are just catastrophic, and I don't get it. Obviously, you don't have Durant in this one, but up 6 with the ball. That's a game you have to win, and they don't. That's that. As for Los Angeles, and when LeBron at 41 is doing, you need to create some space in your bandwidth to process what this man is still doing. I was shocked he didn't make the point, and yeah, we can show him getting ball, watching 10 good run down the floor, and then what does he do? Responds to the steal, hits the 3, and wills them to yet another victory. They're up 3-0. So long as this goes down the road, meaning into the playoffs, you get back down to theoretically at some point, and Reeves. When that might be, don't know, but they might have the luxury of a closeout and then some rest to get these guys back and then make a push to challenge the powers that be in the West. It's an astounding run, and again, it's just yet another page in the book. Well, LeBron James has it thicker at this point than really anyone that's ever played against Star after the victory. Thoughts plural, actually.
I mean, the guys know what to do against our guys, motivated to get score. Just tired of going for the 3. We went off 3 at that time out. We went on the game plan to, knock out right away. Try to make a play on the ball. I see we create a turnover. Spin the game a little bit. And I was able to get back tap on Reed. We kicked it up, fumbled the ball a little bit. I tried to hit Luke for a 3, but I kind of fumbled a little bit. And they rotated when we threw it back to me, and I was really tired. So, and then, they came in on the game plan to get the ball to San Green to win it. And Jack did a great job with that high hands. I get a rebound and talking down overtime. So we executed that game plan. 2-2, 2-4 overtime.
How do you keep composure going into the overtime itself? You barely sat in the second half, just kind of continuing to will yourself to try and get a win.
Yeah, I mean, listen, we came back for ourselves. Trying to see if I can make plays. I see my presence on the floor. It's keep all ball club, but I thought the guys did a great job pushing overtime. I thought Melvin was great overtime hit the 3. And away from their bench. I think really good overtime. Hit the 3, got to the free throw line, made free throws. Old guy playing, chipped in. It's a better win.
We're tied in game of 2 Sixers took game 2 in Boston. And McConnell Lemon, the new guy in town, there to ring the bell. Second quarter, 6-point lead. Oh, this is fantastic. Luka Garza from 3. As Tatum ball fakes and nice look there. And then Adem Bono with a big block. That leads to the rookie DJ Edgecombe in transition. And the Sixers are within 7.5.
There's an easier way. From little fixes to big projects, taking care of your home is easy with Thumbtack. Download the Thumbtack app and start caring for your home today.
Your care can take a toll on your tires. Upgrade them at Petwood. Buy 3 core adventure tires and a tire for every tire purchase includes lifetime tire rotations and check car inspection. Petwood, we keep moving.
And he evades sudden, swift, and brutal impact.
Third quarter, we're tied. Tyrese Maxey, 3 innings, and the Sixers lead. They're now down, however, by 3. Maxey, tough baseline, Jay. Not tough for him. Clears some space. Sixers down 1. Peyton Pritchard, deep 3, late 3rd. Pushes the advantage to 5. Early 4th, back and forth game. Sixers down 2. Maxey, who finished with 31. Buries that. Home team up 1. Later in the quarter, Dylan Brown. Patient, pulls, and hits with Maxey in his face. 25 for Brown. And then it's Tatum, who waits for some clear airspace. Buries the 3 that pushes it up on lead to 4, and then this is it. 3-point game. Tatum, bottoms from 3. And that pushes the lead to 6. They add a couple more, and Boston wins a huge game 3 by 8. Here's Tatum after the win on the road.
I can't stress it enough, the fact that I just get to put my uniform on and run out there with the team is a win for me, right? And obviously I'm not 100% yet and whatnot, but expectations of what people want me to do is the last thing that has crossed my mind. It's just the amount of joy I've been able to find of just being back out there and being out there with my teammates was like all I think about.
It really is amazing. Achilles tore last year in the playoffs, and here he is healthy and playing. Tatum had no points in the final 2 minutes and 50 seconds, and the Sixers had as a team. Significance in winning game 3, Celtics have won 48 of the 53 best of 7, and they have led 2-1 in the series this season.
That's what be easier than to do everything you told them.
Allow me to assist.
No, that's a tomato. Sheboygan.
State Farm with the assist.
Less than 30 down 6, 99.9% of NBA games are over at that point. What can you take us through kind of, is it the boys' experience, the push with Marcus and Seal Green? You kind of just take us through those sequences.
Yeah, man, motivated to go steal. Just proud of her for the 3 4 timeout. And we were able to game plan to, not foul right away, try to make a point on the ball. I see we create a turnover, extend the game a little bit, and I was able to get back to our lead. We kicked it out, fumbled the ball a little bit, I tried to hit Luke for the 3, but I kind of fumbled a little bit, and they rotated them, we threw it back to me, and I was able to tie it. So, and then, they came in with a game plan to get the ball to Sam Green to win it. And Jack did a great job of high end on that possession. They were going after them overtime. So we executed that game plan to the fourth overtime.
How do you keep composure going into the overtime itself? You barely sat in the second half, continuing to will yourself to try and get away.
We came that far, so trying to see if I can make plays. I have some more players on the floor. Keep our ball to her, but I thought the guys did a great job finishing overtime. I thought Marcus was good in overtime, 53. Away from their bench. I think Reed threw it over the top. He was a 3. He got to the free throw line, made free throws. Everybody kind of chipped in. It was just a great win for us.
That's a winner. I just think he was a baseball fan, man.
Come on, I love homers. And this little bad boy lets me pick one for free every day of the week. I can make a pick from Shop Monday, Tater Tuesday, Walk Off Wednesdays, Thumper Thursdays, 4-bagger Fridays. Marcus has missed the playoffs the last 3 seasons. What do you think this means to him? Or what is he showing you guys? What it means to him in the playoff games?
Well, I can't speculate what it means to him. I'll be a coach at the moment. I can't tell you try to decide what it means for him, but I know what it means for me and for the ball player to have him. And, it was just his real competitive nature. He's battle tested, obviously, in his career. I've been against him in multiple series, so, I know what he brings to the table. The opportunity to, just kind of do that, that even kill, there's a lot of things that happen over the course of the postseason game where you can be high or low, but certain guys that have been battle tested now absolutely even kill. So, it's good to have him on the side.
Just as a guy who's done so much in the game, how have you processed this challenge from April 2nd until now to be out to your major horses?
But in the end, Punk had Rollins' number.
Yeah, but don't think this is over for Rollins. If anything, this result is only going to enrage him. WrestleMania 41 was supposed to be the culmination of all those years of hard work. After all the ups and downs, all roads pointed to the one location I'd always dreamed of, the main event of WrestleMania. My victories over Drew and Seth had shown that I was still at the top of my game. After I eliminated both Roman and Rollins at the 2025 Royal Rumble, I soon found myself tossed over and thrown to the floor. And that allowed Rollins to release all his frustrations, taking Roman out with a stomp, attacking me, and punctuating the whole mess with another stomp on Roman. So when Heyman announced that the three of us would meet in the main event of the first night of WrestleMania 41, that's when I struck. I used my earned favor from Survivor Series to request Heyman be in my corner that night. This infuriated Roman Reigns, who would not listen to reason, insistent that Heyman had turned his back on his tribal chief. And in all the madness, Roman and I both lost sight. We never thought that night would end the way it did.
Oh, no!
Heyman betraying both of us.
Oh, my God! What the hell did we just witness?
I can't think of a better candidate for slingshot tech to address. It took my whole career to get to that main event. So let's go back to WrestleMania 41 and get me the win that I was well on my way to earning. Let's destroy the architect's plans. Let's show the Oracle that he doesn't see all. And let's force Roman Reigns to acknowledge us.
Here comes Seth freaking Rollins, the visionary and the revolutionary of WWE.
From Davenport, Iowa, weighing in at 225 pounds, Seth freaking
Officially the coolest entrance living every man's dream, Seth freaking Rollins. Las Vegas serenading Seth freaking Rollins. The OTC has arrived in Sin City.
from Pensacola, Florida, weighing in at 206
10th time Roman Reigns will main event WrestleMania.
A titan of this industry, marching to the ring with his signature celestial swagger, the epitome of ice-cold, effortless cool.
Roman Reigns with a record of 9-3 at WrestleMania. Guys, there are only a handful of men in history with more wins than Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. 3 of those men are The Undertaker, John Cena, and the Game Triple H.
Pressure? What pressure? It's only the main event of WrestleMania, but this is a road Roman Reigns has taken many times before.
This man has a locker at the main event of WrestleMania. This is where Roman Reigns lives. A lot of questions this week about who would carry the Ulafala to the ring. Paul Heyman would normally do that. Tonight, Roman Reigns come to the ring with the Ulafala on his neck himself. And for the first time in many, many years, Roman Reigns heads into battle alone.
The Ulafala symbolizes the head of the family. And when you talk about Roman Reigns' family, you're talking about one of the most successful and powerful families in the history of wrestling. Tens of thousands of ones to the sky here in Las Vegas.
The Anoa'i family dominance continuing here at WrestleMania. Roman Reigns in a triple threat match for pride and glory.
They say higher education is outdated, irrelevant, but
It's a clash of the Titans here at WrestleMania. The original tribal chief, the visionary, the best in the world in a triple threat match.
Punk has waited a long time for this, to main event the show of shows. And to make things better, he gets a chance to take down the 2 men who've been standing in his way since his return.
Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins think they run WWE, that this is their world that Punk has stepped into. They've got plenty of history to work out between themselves too. This is going to be one for the ages.
CM Punk, who burst out of the scene. CM Punk showed up at ECW, run by Paul Heyman, when he was only a teenager, wanting to break into the business. He would get to the WWE developmental territory and become Heyman's best friend.
Punk made being a Paul Heyman guy a cool thing to be. Everyone has profited from their association with the wise man.
And you could argue that the greatest benefactor was the 1,316-day reign of the Tribal Chief.
Now look at everything Roman did for Paul Heyman and Paul Heyman's career. Riding the gravy train of Roman Reigns, and now to turn his back on him for tonight. Does having Paul Heyman back in his corner even the scales here for CM Punk? Does having the wise man strategies and support give him an edge over Rollins and Reigns?
Sure, if you trust Paul Heyman to have your best interests in mind, then yes, he is a huge asset in this kind of match. But remember, Heyman is doing this as a favor for Punk.
And he goes for the pin. The pin doesn't even last to a count of one.
He's really not making this easy.
He's heading back to the ring. It always bothers me to be around Heyman, always leeching off other people's talents. And CM Punk's corner tonight, though. The question is, where does Punk now? Shoulders down.
Here we go.
Carried in a jeopardizing position here. He is looking to do some serious harm. Got them off their feet here.